Hello, random person. Sab Nino here. Welcome to our very first Pat Takes. Well, not our very, very first Pat Takes, but the first one with the two of us.
Yep, it's Alpha Brown here, back and ready to go.
This time, we have Season 4, Episode 65, Terror on Tape. The stars rent haunted videotapes. First off, I just want to mention, I find it interesting how the last Pat Takes I did was a Halloween episode, and now we're doing another Halloween episode.
Yeah, but this time you've got help. Yep. And someone to suffer alongside you with this one.
This is your life now, endless suffering. One thing I feel like it's important to notice is that this is technically your first episode of the Patrick Star Show, is it not?
Yes, it is. Because I've only ever seen like bits and pieces of the Patrick Star Show, but I've never actually sat and watched a full episode. So given back ironically how I love Halloween, how the Halloween episode is my first episode, it's honestly kind of funny.
Spoiler alert, there's a better Halloween episode than this.
Well, I mean, my first exposure is still not bad.
Okay, well, I'm happy it wasn't that bad.
Hell, it didn't even crack the top 10 worst spin-offs I've ever seen.
Honestly, as someone who's more, like, in the know of what's been going on with the Patrick Show, I'll be real, I'm kind of sick of the anthology format, because in all three Halloween specials, they've done an anthology. And most of the time when they do a special, they do an anthology. There was only one episode that was a special that wasn't an anthology. They even have like regular episodes that are anthologies. I'm kind of sick of it.
Honestly, you've seen as many anthology style shows like I have, you get used to it. I mean, I've been watching shows like Robot Chicken for years. It's honestly not that bad for me.
That's fair. Honestly, me being sick of anthologies is not gonna like affect my opinion on the episode. It just doesn't really make it stand out, unfortunately.
Fair point.
However, I love the framing device of the episode, of it kind of being like a blockbuster.
Oh yeah, and I will say with the story, given like how they went to a video store and it's ran by the Flying Dutchman, it's kind of a comedic way of saying, you know, video rental stores are dead. But it's kind of, I saw that and I thought it was hilarious.
So it does make my brain hurt a little bit because the Patrick Star Show is actually meant to be a prequel series.
Really?
Yeah, Patrick's a teenager in this show.
I didn't even know he was. Kind of explains a lot, actually.
Yeah, him and SpongeBob have like different designs to like reflect them being younger. Squidward like working as a mailman before he ended up working at the Krusty Krab.
Suddenly seeing him with zits on his nose in this episode makes a whole lot more sense.
He's at least a young adult. Because according to Camp Coral, Squidward is like probably like 4 years older than SpongeBob and Patrick, I think.
That would make sense.
But also, since this is a prequel, how are rental stores dead and how is there streaming when they have a box TV?
How long have they not been using their VCR to be covered up in that much dust?
Right? Like, keep in mind, SpongeBob is the type of show to still use record players.
True.
At least SpongeBob still uses a shell phone. They're still very much familiar with vintage technology.
Just to show the Patrick Star Show doesn't fall far from the only thing that's consistent about SpongeBob, the consistent inconsistency.
Even his parents are inconsistent. I honestly like Patrick's new parents a lot better.
What do you mean new parents?
Well, remember the episode I'm Was Stupid where he had like a different set of parents?
Well, that wasn't even his real parents.
Well, they showed
those weren't even his parents, remember?
Yeah, but at the end of the episode, they showed his
right.
real parents.
You're right. I forgot about that part. And me and my wife were actually talking about that episode just earlier today.
Nice. But yeah,
so it's kind of funny you brought that up too.
But yeah, they redesigned Patrick's parents in the Patrick Star Show to make them more memorable as characters. And a lot of the fandom have a problem with that because apparently SpongeBob has really strong continuity.
It does. Because I have not noticed really strong continuity ever.
Well, they definitely act like it whenever they complain about something getting retconned.
Good point. But to be fair, let's fair, it's that things are getting retconned almost every freaking episode.
Exactly. But
therefore, consistent inconsistency and no actual continuity. But going back to the story, though.
Yes.
They're going there just having their own horror Halloween night with videotapes that are just like, first off, I just want to know why, you know what, I'll save that complaint for the next section.
Okay.
Like having an anthology style, when it comes to like a movie rental kind of thing, honestly, this is like Nickelodeon's version of kind of like a Mickey's House of Mouse thing from like from the early 2000s. It'd be a bunch of like Disney characters getting together in one place, watching cartoons from one or more of their compatriots. You had Donald Duck cartoons, Mickey Mouse cartoons, Goofy cartoons, all kinds of weird stuff.
I
So
didn't even think about that. I suppose the Patrick Star Show is a little bit like House of Mouse.
exactly, I still love that show to this day.
Put it on Disney Plus, damn it.
Find it. Good freaking luck with that.
Yeah. Anything else you want to bring up about the story? Because honestly, I don't have much notes.
I honestly don't either.
Okay, let's get to animation and comedy. First off, I want to bring up, there was a Disney reference.
Where was the Disney reference? I didn't see anything. I don't remember spotting it, unless I'm just blind, which...
There was like a thing that said Flying Dutchman Pictures, and it had the Dutchman dressed up as Tinkerbell.
Okay, I guess I missed that one. That must have been in the beginning of the kids' meal. I must have missed that one.
Yeah, it was like the very first one.
See, I guess I missed that one because I was eating breakfast at the time. And I guess I must have missed that, but I did catch the MGM one later on. But in terms of the animation, much like how SpongeBob has progressed, I definitely think the Patrick Show one, the animation is actually pretty good, not gonna lie.
I agree. It's basically almost the same animation as the main show. The main difference is that, first off, it's a lot wackier.
Well, duh.
And the backgrounds are actually watercolor instead of acrylic.
It's still definitely great animation. In terms of comedy, though, this one, I'm gonna be honest, the comedy in this one was dark. For starters.
Perfect for a Halloween special.
True. But for starters, cannibalism.
Cannibalism.
Just the cannibalism. Like, why?
I don't know.
And I know Patrick was a moron. I see where he gets his lack of smarts from. Because, I mean, in the beginning of Patrick's parents, because I know it was the kids, Patrick's, then the parents, and then the grandpa, but I can't get over this one with the parents. So that's the only reason I'm starting with this one first. When the dad typed in somewhere to go, he put in to die for. That was his first mistake. Literally in my notes, I have it, die for, ... morons. Wait, I'm not kidding. That's legitimate word for word. I'm looking right at it.
Like father, like son.
And that apple didn't fall far from the father tree or the mother tree.
Definitely.
Because geez Louise.
It's really saying
Jeez
something
Louise.
when Squidina is like the smartest one in the family.
But, and another thing I gotta say is, I know they were trying to bury it on with what was going on with the parents, but how many puns or jokes can you make about cannibalism? Jesus!
Apparently a lot.
So everybody end up eating themselves at the end of the movie? Yeah. No leftovers. Really?
Just be grateful they didn't eat the skulls.
Was for that. Would that have been surprising? This is Patrick's family we're talking about here.
True.
We've literally seen Patrick eat so many different substances. It's not even funny. I swear the guy is not a starfish. He's a freaking shark. Because sharks will eat anything.
That would make a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
New fan theory. Patrick's a shark. Confirmed.
But now, what are your thoughts on that whole thing?
At first, I knew it was taking a dark turn, but I was not expecting the cannibal direction at all. And it got pretty gruesome too.
Pretty much hit that nail on the head, and it just got dark.
Easily the darkest segment out of all of them.
Oh, yeah. And when it comes to the kids one, first off, I'm just saying, and again, this is also in my notes, kids movie my ass. You got Squidina almost being eaten by a T-Rex slide before being crushed by Patrick's fat ass. But then you've got the spider merry-go-round thing flinging off a kid, and then you've got where I again, no proof of it, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a Clayface from Warner Brothers reference. Like, I'm not sure, but it seems pretty likely, though.
As someone who's seen the Harley Quinn animated series, that definitely looks like
Ditto.
Clayface.
Oh, yeah, ditto. Trust me, I remember seeing most of the series.
Nice. It is a great show,
But-
honestly.
But it's just like, good God. And then they just hop into the portal, and then you just see the one thing that weirded me out, I gotta say, is the ground sucking up the sausages, which, saying it out loud, sounds really bad.
I was skimming
I
through
did-
the episode, and I literally saw it.
Yeah. Another thing that was actually pretty consistent is that Patrick has always loved fried oyster skins.
I love that too. That was a great
I thought that was a
reference.
pretty good callback.
I like how even though this is a spin-off, they're not afraid of referencing old material.
Amen to that.
And then there was the Grandpat thing, which was like a Western.
It wasn't a Western starting off, but I will say it took a while to get to the whole Western joke, because I was expecting, because when the Flying Dutchman in the beginning says he's giving the old man something timeless usually refers to a lot of Western movies. So I was surprised it took until damn near the segment just to get the Western joke out of it.
I'm surprised too.
Of all the things it did, at least with this one it made sense because of the whole anthology thing, but did we have to go the whole Gypsy's curse cliche? Like,
Really true.
I mean-
Patrick Star Show, they actually use a season 7 character named Madam Hadfish a lot more in this show than they do in the main show itself.
I mean, you've got the Cosmic Shade game, you've got this episode. With you saying Madam Hagfish shows up a lot more often in the Patrick Star Show, it just seems like a lot of gypsy characters are being dropped are just being dropped onto us out of nowhere in these shows.
To be fair, there's a lot of stereotypes in SpongeBob, especially nowadays.
I mean, that's a good point. Then in terms of the animation, I do say the animation was good for the whole thing, but one thing I noticed is that if you pay attention, you can see Squidward's collar clipping through his neck.
Oh shit, really?
His head was behind the shirt collar, like his head was going behind the collar for some reason. Like, and I'm not talking like I'm talking like the whole collar was like his neck was behind it for some reason. Well, no crazier than usual anyway.
Yeah, it's like a weird layering issue.
But to be fair, I mean, with being you got to pump out like new episodes all the time. Seeing one, you're not always gonna catch everything.
Yeah. Definitely.
But it's just those out. It's still fun to kind of point some of those out. It's like when in Family Guy, when you see Stewie talking about how Peter's eye clipped over his glasses one time in the Road to the Pilot episode. You never noticed until it's pointed out like that, and then after that, you just kind of always look for something like that just to be funny.
True. I definitely find it funny. It just goes to show that no matter how much you've improved, errors still tend to happen. Nothing wrong with that, of course. It can make for some entertaining stuff.
No doubt about that at all. And I will say the way that they ended the episode and tying it off where basically they all got punished because they didn't rewind the tapes, because that was a big problem back in video rental stores back in the day, from what I've heard. Actually,
love that.
From what I've seen. But be kind, rewind, or your soul is mine. It makes sense too. Let's put it where it's at. I still can't get over the fact that the Flying Dutchman is running a video rental store. I can't get over that part. And also, is Grandpa wearing a live wolf?
I guess so.
Because what the hell happened with that?
How does that even work when they're underwater?
It's like questioning the fire thing, dude. Just don't. Just stomp on it a couple times and then it'll light itself back up.
You're right.
But it's just I don't know how else to say that. Looking through my notes here, I see there's something I wrote and it's just what the fuck, and I still don't remember what it was now. There was something that just weirded me out and I just wrote down WTF. It's like, what did I write that down for?
There is definitely a lot of what the fuck moments in this episode.
True.
But then again, there's a lot of what the fuck moments in like the entirety of the Patrick Star Show.
And not to mention SpongeBob too.
For instance, there was one episode that was like a pick your path episode. And there was like a scene where the audience had to choose between Patrick falling on a thing of spikes or a thing of lollipops. They picked the lollipops and Patrick assumed it was safe, but it fucking stabbed him to death.
What in the hell are they showing to kids? God, this is the Flying Dutchman and Bikini Bottom all over again.
Oh yeah, the corpses.
This is not kid friendly. How can they show this to kids?
Yeah, they're pretty lax when it comes to SpongeBob now. The only time
Were they ever not lax? Because I'm starting to wonder.
Well, I'm sure in the beginning they had like notes like from standards and practices, but I know nowadays it gets less and less. As like, for instance, in Camp Coral they showed a nudist feet. I am not kidding. They just showed them as hyper-realistic fish.
I have nothing.
I broke your brain. I apologize.
My brain has been broken. Again.
The only time I know about where standards and practices actually like did something about an episode was in the episode SpongeBob in Random Land, where there was a scene where SpongeBob and Squidward were opening a bunch of doors, and no joke, one of them was Squidward's.
Dude, what?
Yeah.
Wait, so you're telling me is now canon in the SpongeBob universe some way, shape, or form?
Was canon.
Oh, thank God.
They eventually replaced it with just a baby Squidward, but it is very easy to find the original scene.
Kind of explains the creepypasta now, though. Well, hey, as long as it's not like that one fan-made SpongeBob comic I came across on Webtoons, holy crap.
I don't think I want to know.
Let's just say you see a much darker side of SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs with that one. It is completely fucked up.
Holy shit. I'll just stick to Mr. Krabs overdoses on ketamine.
You know what? If I had to suffer, so do you. You made me suffer so many times, so you know what? It's payback. It's called the secret formula.
Oh shit, I've seen it. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so there you go. Suffer with me.
I am so sorry. Wahaha, I guess.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry.
Okay. Well, that ended on a pretty dark note.
Much like the episode did.
Oh yeah, the episode ends with slavery.
Like I said, ends on a dark note, but to be fair, most of the whole segments in this thing was dark.
True. It does make sense, given that it's like Halloween and stuff.
True, but not even Scary Face was this dark.
Absolutely not.
But anyway.
What do you think of this episode? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Are you mixed on it? Do you think the Patrick Star movie will ever come out? Comment below. Let's start a discussion. And we don't know what we're doing next week, or when the next time the next Pat Takes or Sponge Takes is. I don't want to say anything yet. We'll keep you posted. And as always, it's all Sab from here.
Sayonara, everybody.